Hello and welcome back to Pokemon Yellow. So, in the last episode, we did start the Silph Co Tower. So now we're just kind of being an overall nuisance to Team Rocket once again. So, I don't know if we'll complete the whole thing in this episode. I'm kind of hoping so, but we'll see how things go. Definitely, one of the longer, kind of trudgier areas in the game. But I mean that's not the end of the world. Oh, trying to figure out what I want to do where here. Ooh, oh, that was a fantastic switch in. I'll take that all day. But yeah, so at the end of the Silph Co Tower, we do have a couple other things that we'll need to take care of through Saffron City. So we'll be in this area for a little bit, but I mean, we're starting to get our team filled out, which is always exciting. And it's starting to really take shape now, so I'm starting to go through thinking over, okay, like what do I want the end team to actually look like? What do I want their movesets to look like? Again, I do have access to the move deleter over on Generation 2, so if I have to utilize that, which with Charizard, I'm probably going to wind up having to do that. Then yeah, I can take a look at just making sure I don't have just a really awful moveset. I have a pretty wide threshold on what I consider a good or bad moveset on Pokemon, so it's not like it's going to be a hyper competitive one or just something usable for sure. Not Sonic Boom. I guess now we're getting into the levels and HP pulls where Sonic Boom isn't really that big of a deal. Nice! I got the Paralyze. Sonic Boom early game is definitely a lot bigger of a pain just because your move pool is so small. So yeah, in 2, maximum 3 hits for a lot of Pokemon early on is pretty much all it takes for Sonic Boom, so you kind of have to go quick with it. But once you get to the late game, then it's more of if you just don't have the offensive power for anything else. But even then, generally, by the time you get to that point, you have access to moves like Seismic Toss and other fixed damage moves, which are fantastic. Don't poison. It heard me in that one frame before it decided. I see the game we're playing now. Fantastic. This is why I was so excited to get Snorlax. Snorlax is just so strong, and it makes things go a lot quicker, especially when you run into the bulkier Pokemon like Weezing and Muck, which, as I've pointed out a couple times over the last probably 4 or 5 videos, they're just so prevalent at this point, so you definitely want a reasonable solution for them. And I guess we'll finally get Merlin in here, because so excited. Alakazam is just such a cool Pokemon and completely worth the what do you call it? The effort to go and get it. I would say in Gen 1, Merlin is the best trade option, bar none. No, I don't need to do this part. Just actually, hold on a sec. There is something hidden around here. I shouldn't say hidden, I think it's just around the corner, but yeah, Alakazam is far and beyond the best Pokemon for a trade effort. It starts to balance off in later generations, but I mean, yeah, it's just 100% worth it. It's so much fun to use. Just a quick Psybeam, and even when he has less than ideal moves, like, oh, okay, well that was quick. I thought maybe I'd get at least a few battles before Merlin leveled up, but I guess not. But yeah, just so strong, so awesome, and again, I maintain one of the better designs in Gen 1. But that's just me. Okay. Now make quick work of Magneton. And so one thing I feel like is kind of gets lost at this point in the game is understanding the massive level difference between most of the trainers you're going to deal with in this section of the game and the gym leaders. So as soon as you're done with Erica, who has a maximum level of like, oh, one of the 4 Rocket Brothers. Interesting. But most of the trainers that you're going to deal with are like level 28, 30 in that area. But you have to be prepared to suddenly start defeating gym leaders that have Pokemon at level like 50. Like that is such a wild range to deal with. And again, like I pointed out before I went through Celadon City, is like there's this massive level spike from one step to the next, and I don't know why I just did that, because that you know what, it did. It's fine. It's fine. Yeah, even on resisted damage, like, Merlin will still put in pretty good damage. But, yeah, like, it's so wild because they have this sudden difficulty spike right after Gym 4. And you've got trainers all over the place that, okay, no, that's going to be problematic. You know what, Bagok, why not? So, yeah, like, it just, that always seemed odd to me. But even being so under-leveled, like, honestly, Koga really was not that big of a deal. The next gym leader, that will not be the case. I promise you that. You know what, I think we'll just try to push through the sleep on this one. But yeah, like, it just, like, again, half of your gym battles, you'll have to go through at least one Pokemon that's level 50. And you go to Generation 2, and level 50 will quite readily actually just get you through the Elite Four. So, also, I think it's a different level curve than in Red and Blue. I want to say those two games, I think in Red and Blue it's a little bit nicer of a curve. I want to say Koga's like level 38, give or take. I was wrong, there's no item, by the way. But yeah, like level 38, and then, you know, Sabrina's like mid-40s, and so on and so forth. But nope, not in this game. You have to deal with a boss Pokemon that's way beyond your level, and everything else is just kind of comparably meh. And this will take care of Arbok quite readily. There we go. So yeah, like that's I like the game. I think that, I wonder if that was like a miscommunication on how, oh, hit the start button for some reason. Actually, I actually do that quite readily with this. When I use the Pokemon Stadium emulator, it will go back. I have my start button set up to the left paddle, and the way I hold the controller every once in a while, I just press it down. We'll just keep climbing our way up. Don't want to be missing a whole bunch of trainers just by zipping around, but there are definitely a lot quicker ways. Like, you can absolutely look up a map that will kind of get you through this area a lot quicker. But again, with the way they handle the level curves of the important battles, like, you really don't want to be leaving experience on the table that you don't have to. I really should swap Merlin. I got a few battles with him. It's fine now. Now I got to keep everything else leveled up. I'm hoping by the time I hit the next gym leader, I'm level 40. I think that should be good. Yeah, confusion. Sure, why not? That's kind of, I think, the best I can hope for. But with the next gym having a level 50 Alakazam, like Alakazam is far and beyond outside of Mewtwo and arguably Mew, depending on how you use it. The best, it is the best non-legendary Pokemon in the entire game. And now you have to take this thing out, probably more than likely underleveled, unless you really go through a grind and get yourself in a position where you're not severely underleveled, but that would take so much grinding and so much wandering through grass and picking out every single trainer battle. You're likely taking that on at a disadvantage. So, yeah. I'm hoping I can get a strategy together that might work. Oh, there we go. Okay, Merlin got to level 38 pretty quick. Make room for Psychic? Absolutely, and we'll get rid of... Actually, I'm gonna get rid of Psybeam, and the reason for that is because Confusion has the opportunity to try and confuse a Pokemon, which is pretty straightforward to the name. Even though Psybeam is stronger, it kind of feels like it would just be redundant to hold on to that one, so at least with Confusion you have the opportunity to get that additional status effect. And Psychic's nice too because it has the opportunity to drop the special stat. That's the word I'm thinking of. So obviously with a special stat dropped, I forgot to change Merlin again. Okay, I guess we're doing this. But yeah, with Psychic being a special attack and dropping the special stat, it's one of those moves that can quickly make a battle so much worse. And Sabrina's Alakazam absolutely does have Psychic, and that becomes problematic very quickly. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not opposed to a challenge by any stretch of the imagination, but it really... Like, a setup like that definitely gives you that feeling of, like, almost it's unbalanced. So, that I'm not a huge fan of, but, it is what it is. And especially at this point, like, it's the first set of games in the series, so there's gonna be some weird, wonky things with it. And, Ooh. Might need some heal ups going here pretty soon. But we'll switch over to Broiler because, why not? Oh, here's another one of the 4 Rocket Brothers. There really isn't anything special about them other than they point that out. I don't think. Ember should be okay, even though it's not a great move. Oh. And Karate Chop I'm not nearly as afraid of now. Like, not even a little bit. There we go. I'm a little curious as to, like, where Karate Chop, like, during the development process, where Karate Chop wound up being a normal type move. Like, that just seems so odd. I'm wondering if it's either a miscommunication or a misprogramming or something, but like, if you think of like a physical fight, a Karate Chop is absolutely something that would come to mind. So why it would be a normal type move, unless they did that seeing it as a balancing reason to do it, maybe. And another one of the Rocket Brothers. Okay, I feel like I may be dooming Broiler here. Oh, use Tail Whip, so whatever it gets hit with next is going to be a huge problem. Okay, so we dispatched one, it wasn't a Marowak, so that was kind of nice. I was kind of worried that was going to be the case. Yeah, Broiler's going down. I kind of figured that's how that was going to end, and it's fine. Not Kinger. Not Watt. Yeah, probably Bagok's best bet. It can hit me with a headbutt, but that's not the end of the world. Or Drill Peck can go through, and I don't have the problem at all. I'm perfectly fine with that, too. Okay. There's a few things I want to check out here. And up here, I believe this is a calcium. Hi! Oh, and we see a familiar, well, can't say face, we can't see the face, but there's no mistaking the back of that head. And now Kinger! Aha! Kinger is definitely going to be one of the Pokemon that has a large adjustment to its move pool when I get to the Indigo Plateau. Because, like, it's alright. But it's just that. It's just alright. In hindsight, I probably shouldn't have replaced Horn Attack with Fury Attack, but, I mean, it is what it is, and that's the cool thing with Nidoking is its move pool is just so wide that you can't really go wrong. It's kind of hard to screw up a Nidoking. You can do it, but oh really? Fine. Hit it with the double kick. Muck. Okay. We'll go with clear. Aha. Poison, yeah. The AI can be so bad in this game sometimes. Like, you see it use a move like Poison Gas, and you're like, I'm a poison type. Like, the way it works is, from what I understand, the AI obviously sees your typing, and on the list of moves that are given to the particular Pokemon you're facing, it actually knows it reads the damage score of moves, and that's why more often than not, the AI will just hit you as hard as it can, and that's fine. But like, that's got to be a misprogramming somewhere, knowing that like, there would be no effect on a poison type by a poison type attack. So I'm wondering if that's because it's a status effect and not a damaging attack. I think that's probably where the misprogramming is, but whatever. I'll take the free easy win on that. Oh yeah, and Raticate's another good example of something that you'd be much more scared of early game, and then there's just a threshold where it just doesn't keep up, so it's honestly not that big of a deal. Alrighty. Also, a little bit of a spoiler, I did pick up an X accuracy, so I may just do the final battle with a whole bunch of cheese. I am contemplating doing that. Because the final battle in this area, like, it's not like I'm gonna lose it. So I think it might be an opportunity to just show off a small glitch. Although if I don't with this battle, it definitely gets a lot harder. With how I built up my team. Yeah, we'll just keep going. Fury attack. Why not? Oh, maybe a couple Leers will help out. Oh yeah. Smog didn't do anything. Oh, there we go. Yeah. Couple Leers makes a whole lot of difference. And it still survives. That's... I think that's probably one of the most infuriating things about playing this game when you've got a move like Fury Attack, or really any attack that does this, and they hang on with 1 HP, and you're like, will you just go down, please? Come on. Ah, Confuser, okay. I'm swapping out on that. Not that it's like world ending, but it's such a pain. And like Nidoking doesn't have a great answer for Golbat at the moment, so just make it easier. Swap over to Watt. Just be done with it. There we go. I'm actually surprised that I really haven't had to like take off and go find somewhere to heal up, and I can't. Oh, yeah. So, just some people in here. Basically, I'm just trying to get to the top of the building for this video, and then the next video I'll just be making my way back down. Actually... Okay, so now we're getting to a point where... Yeah. That, those teleporters, I believe, are the ones that are... Nope, Gen 1 can't do that. Duly noted. You know what, maybe I'll just skip all of this, just go right to the top floor, and then the next video, we'll just work our way back down, which will inevitably get us the... Oh, geez, how many floors are on this building? So yeah, that's the room we're looking for. Yeah, that's the room we're getting to, and I believe you have to teleport to that one to get to it. But this is the top, so I'm going to leave the video off here, and when we do come back, we will be working our way down until we get to the end of the Silph Co, and that should be enough to finish off the this area. So thank you so much for checking out the video. The support is always hugely appreciated. If you did like the video, don't forget to drop a like. If you really liked it and want to see the series as it does come out, don't forget to subscribe on your way over to your next video. And until the next one, thank you and all the best.